In other news, it is official. 2,000 gallons of radioactive waste will be making its way through Spokane to disposal sites in Texas and Utah next year. Now, that's despite criticism from Spokane city leaders. KREM 2's Christian Garza has been following this story since it broke in mid-September. Christian, what do we know as of right now?
Yeah, Whitney, well, what we know so far is that this is part of a greater project to get all of that toxic waste out of Hanford. Now, this route through Spokane was recently approved by the U.S. Department of Energy, despite city leaders writing letters opposing it.
It poses a significant risk. It's one that we want to avoid.
Back in September, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown sent a letter to state leaders urging them to reconsider this initial plan to bring this waste from the Hanford Nuclear Site in the Tri-Cities through Spokane. City Council leaders joined her in an effort to prevent future transportation of millions of gallons of hazardous waste.
I'm disappointed that they have said, well, we're just shipping it that way and you don't have a say.
County Commissioner Amber Waldriff, who also serves on the Hanford Advisory Board, says she told city leaders about the plan before the route was finalized. She says while it isn't the outcome the city was hoping for, this has opened the door to more dialogue between city and state leaders.
But I'm hopeful that in the next 3 years, before they ship more, that we have a say in what that's going to look like for all the different types of waste that they want to remove from the site.
In response to Mayor Brown's letter, the Washington Department of Ecology clarified what it called misunderstandings about the future projects. In the letter, the Department of Ecology says there is a difference between this plan and Hanford's long-term cleanup plans. The Testbed Initiative, which is the current project to ship 2,000 gallons of pre-treated liquid waste from Hanford to disposal sites in Andrews, Texas and Clive, Utah. The department says it's basically a test run that went through a robust public approval process. The second project is part of a bigger agreement between the Department of Energy, Ecology, and the EPA to treat waste from 22 underground tanks at Hanford that will start no earlier than 2028. However, I'm told the Department of Energy has not made any decisions yet on potential routes. A Hanford site spokesperson for the Department of Energy says the waste is expected to be treated by the end of this year and transported sometime next year via trucks in government-regulated totes. We now know that it will be 2 separate 1,000-gallon shipments. In a fact sheet sent with the letter to Mayor Brown, the Department of Energy says if there were to be a severe accident along the route, the radiation exposure for a person would be less than that of a single abdominal X-ray.
It's a wonderful opportunity, and I think we need to treat it like that, an opportunity for us to come together, to learn, and to do better, and to figure out how to be in support of the cleanup and do it safely.
The Department of Ecology is planning on trying to meet with Mayor Brown to talk about the plan. Now, I also did try to talk to Mayor Brown myself, but she is unavailable, she said, because she is still evaluating this response from the Department of Ecology. Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.